Discipline is something we all talk about, but very few people actually practice in a consistent way. And honestly, I think the reason is pretty simple. Most of us wait for motivation. We tell ourselves, when I feel ready, I'll start, or when I am in the mood, I'll change my life, but the truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you wake up feeling unstoppable, and other days you just want to lie in bed scrolling on your phone. And if your entire life depends on how you feel in the moment, then your results will always be unstable. That's why discipline matters so much more. Because it's the thing that pushes you forward even when you don't feel like it. It's the quiet force that doesn't shout. Doesn't hype you up, it simply keeps you going. What I find interesting is that in Islam, discipline is built into the daily routine in such a natural way that you don't even realize how powerful it is. Prayer 5 times a day is not just a ritual. It's a schedule. Fasting is not just hunger. It's self-control. Even something as small as saying Alhamdulillah reminds your mind to pause and reflect. These small daily actions are tiny, but they shape your entire mindset over time. They teach you that improvement isn't made through big dramatic moments, but through small habits that repeat every single day. And honestly, that idea fits perfectly with everything we know about self-growth outside of religion too. I used to think that big goals required big effort. If I wanted to change my life, I needed to do something massive. But the more I learned and the more I watched people who are actually successful, the more I realize they aren't doing anything extreme. They just repeat simple things every day without failing. It's boring. It's slow. It's not Instagram worthy, but it works. And it works every single time. Like, think about it. If you read one page of a book every day, that's 365 pages a year. That's more than a full book. If you walk 10 minutes every day, that's over 60 hours of walking a year. If you save just $1 every day, that's over $365 by the end of the year. It doesn't look impressive on day 1, or even day 10. But small things compound. And once they start compounding, the results feel almost magical. And sometimes we forget that faith works exactly the same way. You don't become a better person overnight. You don't suddenly gain patience, kindness, consistency. You build them little by little through small choices, small sacrifices, small habits. You don't need to become the strongest version of yourself today. You just need to show up today, even if you show up imperfectly. One thing I also learned is that discipline is not about being strict or hard on yourself. It's not about forcing yourself like a robot. It's more about designing your life in a way that makes the right choices easier. For example, if you want to wake up early, don't rely on willpower alone. Just put your phone across the room so you have to get out of bed to turn off the alarm. If you want to stop wasting time on social media, uninstall the apps every night. If you want to eat healthier, don't keep junk food in the house. This isn't motivation, it's environment design. And once your environment supports your goals, discipline becomes 1,000 times easier. There's a simple hack I use. Make the good things frictionless. Make the bad things inconvenient. Want to read more? Put a book next to your pillow. Want to work out? Put your clothes on your chair the night before. Want to avoid scrolling? Hide your phone in your bag or drawer. These tiny changes seem silly, but they influence your behavior more than you realize. Human beings follow the path of least resistance. So if you remove resistance from the habits that help you grow, you'll naturally become more disciplined without even thinking about it. And if you look at Islamic habits again, you'll notice the same principle. Prayer is spaced throughout the day so you never drift too far away from mindfulness. Fasting creates discipline around eating and self-control. Charity teaches you emotional discipline, choosing generosity over selfishness. Even controlling your tongue, avoiding gossip, lowering your gaze, these are all forms of mental discipline. It's a training program that you practice a little bit every day. You don't become perfect. You just get a little better consistently. Sometimes people think discipline makes life harder. But I think the opposite is true. Lack of discipline makes life harder. Waking up late makes life harder. Being unproductive makes life harder. Being controlled by impulses makes life harder. Discipline might be uncomfortable in the beginning, but it saves you from long-term stress. It creates freedom. When you practice discipline, you get time back. You get mental clarity back. You get confidence back because you trust yourself. Another thing I realized is that discipline isn't about doing everything at once. If you try to change your whole life overnight, you'll burn out. Start with one habit. Just one. Pray one prayer on time. Read one page. Drink one glass of water. Do 1 minute of gratitude. Do it without missing a single day. Once it becomes automatic, add the next habit. And over time, you'll look back and realize how far you've come without even noticing the progress day by day. One of my favorite sayings is, small changes don't feel powerful until you look back and realize they changed everything, and that's exactly why discipline is so underrated. It's not loud. It's not exciting. It's not dramatic. But it's steady. It's reliable. It builds you quietly. And someday, when other people wonder how you built your character, your faith, your success, they'll never believe it started with something as small as a daily habit. So if you feel like you're struggling, or you feel lazy, or inconsistent, don't judge yourself. Don't tell yourself you're weak. You're not weak. You just haven't built the habit yet. Discipline is learned. No one is born with it. You build it the same way you build a muscle. Repetition, patience, small steps. And whenever you fall off, start again. Starting again is also discipline. At the end of the day, discipline is a gift you give yourself, not anyone else. You do it for your own peace, your own growth, your own future. And whether you're motivated or not, whether you feel strong or not, just do the small actions every day. Because those small actions, they bring the biggest rewards.